Hey, Mrparka here to review another Danger After Dark film. This one is getting released shortly, or just got released. It's called X Game. It's also, you can consider, from TLA releasing. This is another Game of Death movie, but it's not necessarily your typical Game of Death movie at all. I really enjoyed this film. I would highly recommend it. The runtime is 2 hours, but you'll be loving the whole thing if you're anything like me. Basically, the opening of this film was actually based on a novel. I had never heard of the novel. Of course, I don't know if it's ever been translated to English or any other languages, but it said during the credits it was based on a novel. In the opening of the film, we see somebody supposedly commit suicide. They have a giant X on their face. Come to find out, it was a teacher who just had a reunion with his classmates. He's a 6th grade teacher. He just seemed happy at his reunion. So some of the students get together and they wonder what's going on. They start pointing fingers and end up blaming a girl that was bullied in school. There also seems to be a group going around. They think, it's kind of rumored, that there's urban legend that there's this underground society that kills bullies or kills people that are put on prosecution list of bullies, and therefore 4 people end up being kidnapped, all from the same classroom, and you find out why they're there throughout the story. And they're forced to do this X game, draw out of an X game box. They have 3 minutes to complete each thing they draw out. There's 4 of them. If one doesn't complete what he's supposed to do, somebody else is punished. They are branded with a disgusting X welded on them. So you get all these crazy things that they have to do to each other. Their childhood game they used to make this poor little girl play, but they're exaggerated violently. Like a clothespin, you pinch the arm, the tacks on the seat, their giant long nails, disgusting stuff like that, maggots in your food, milk chugging. It gets ridiculous. At one point there's this really great montage scene with classical music playing, and they're all having to do like some of the games. It's just after the games have been worked in, so you know, and they show a whole bunch of the different games going on.
はい、次。早く飲まないとなくならないよ。はい、1分経った。
ダメや、来てるか。時間がない。
お願い、吉池君だけは嫌。ペース上げて。早く飲まないとなくならないよ。ペース上げて。ラスト1本だよ。頑張って。やった。
すごいな、心臓。あと10秒。
何回これ？なんで数えてないの？時間ねえんだよ。数えないでね。早くしろ。ああ。うわ！熱い！
But the lead character, even though he has a little bit of shady past and does some shady things, he's really likable character, and you're pulling for him the whole entire film. Some of the other ones are aggravating at points, but still, you don't necessarily want to see these horrible things happen to him. And later on, as the story unfolds and you see backstory and things, sometimes you think maybe a little bit. But it is kind of strange, because I believe that everyone has been bullied at points, and everyone's bullied someone at points. So it's kind of a complicated thing, that who's innocent and who's guilty here. But there's a twist here. It is a 3-hour movie. At the hour-and-a-half mark, there's a twist, and at the very end, things get really complicated. I would say it's something like Hostel, not necessarily Hostel. There's like kind of torture and nasty stuff like that, but it's got a really good story, and it's a really it unfolds nicely. It's well acted. There's some gut-wrenching stuff in here that I was like, ooh, I was clenching a little bit. I mean, it's not the most horrifically graphic stuff ever, but it's just some of the stuff that they have to do to each other that just, oh, wow, it's pretty brutal. But yeah, it also is dramatic. And I like the play of changing, making things appear to be different, and the setup and everything. I thought it was a really excellent movie. I thought it was really entertaining, and I thought it was something a little bit different in that kind of genre that I would highly recommend it. If you're a fan of Game of Death films, or a fan of you know, kind of like torture films, I would never call this torture porn. Far from it. More of a thriller, mystery torture type film, but it is X game. You get to see people crack under pressure and things like that, and I would really recommend it for the story and for everything else in it. I really liked it. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.
何してんだろう。ようこ。
なんだこれ。
最近不審な自殺や行方不明の事件が起きていることを皆さん知っていますか。